Good evening, traders, and welcome to another StockX post-market recap for April the 3rd. So this has been our third consecutive, consistent post-market recap that we have been doing. And the purpose of this is to pretty much highlight our level of consistency, pretty much educate you on how I develop my model, how our edge works, and also give you a little bit of a hindsight, okay? So today was, definitely a tricky day, but we managed to pull through with a nice green day. But besides all of that, I want to make sure me as your future mentor that I basically am transparent with you, and that's why in my room we constantly show you my trade size. We show you all the information to make sure that you are getting the right level of mentorship moving forward. So if you guys have been watching our past content, be sure to do so because we do give you a lot of insights as well. And today we're going to be sharing a little bit about how my trading platform looks and also give you an idea how I analyze premiums. Besides all that, I will give you insight based on the Gamma report on what's to come moving forward. Okay, but before I do that, I want to give you guys an idea about what happened today in terms of the overall market dynamic and pretty much how we did in the room overall. Okay, so that's pretty much the key thing that I want to go over. So today, if we look at as usual, we woke up at so I woke up at 4 a.m. earlier today. Pretty much analyzing the Gamma report. So in the Gamma report, pretty much to summarize it, I mentioned that the neutral zone on SPX is between 5200 and 5210. This is very important to know here because we're going to get to it later on. Now, the next thing here is I mentioned that if SPX breaks below 51.7, that's basically the key pivot point that's going to trigger off a major sell-off. So SPX did open lower. It opened around 5,200 once again after having consecutive red days this entire week. So we pretty much discussed all of that, the probabilities, neutral zone, and all of that. We provided levels here as well. So the thing about my leveling system here, each level has a unique meaning to it, okay? These are not just any sort of ordinary support or resistance levels. These levels are developed by analyzing option premiums. And I use option premiums to pretty much give you an idea about when you reach that specific point, what does it mean in terms of the overall market dynamics? So you have an idea about exactly what to do, what strategy to employ. So, for example, if you guys are listening for this very first time, level one, bullish or bearish, that represents the gatekeeping level. So if the market is trading within that range, it's likely to be very chopped. And usually level one, if let's say you hit level one bullish at 52.20, that's going to be basically the gatekeeping level that keeps the market in check or within range. And level one bearish is a very strong support. Level two bearish and bullish, for example, tells you when the market is trending. So when the market hits that specific point, this helps you eliminate your bullish or bearish bias if you do have one. Because let's say you hit your level two bearish, there's always going to be a pop here somewhere, shape or form. But you always want to keep in mind that if you do go against the trend, that you sell it fast. But on the other hand, from my theories of testing this out many, many times, I have receipts of it as well in the channel. It has always worked that way every time you hit level two, bullish or bearish. Okay, so that's very unique. And level three and level four represent my top levels of the day and their extensions. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, I pretty much want to first start off by going about on how we did because I shared a lot of insights in the Twitter. So if in my Twitter feed here, I pretty much gave a lot of details. Powell was speaking today. I mentioned that the SPX basically when it first popped right off the open, it dropped 5 points right off our key inflection point, and that was right on the money there. We also mentioned that once Powell is done speaking, the call premiums lost a lot of value, and because of that, we mentioned that SPX was likely to see a sell-off near close, which it did in fact do that. It went to 5,200. We got calls. We mentioned that it can come back up, and boom, there it is, right, just right over there. And SPX actually is now at 5220 post market. So very interesting to see that. Now, besides all of that, key trades that we have been taken. Okay, so the trades that we have taken so far is we took some calls on Nvidia and AMD earlier at open. Now, the thing about these two trades is that AMD was actually very good trade. It went approximately 20-30%, but we didn't sell those. Nvidia, on the other hand, we didn't buy at any sort of inflection point. We just bought it just in case if it was to rip near close. So it's very possible if the market stays strong, that can continue to go. Now, we had Eli Lilly calls, which managed to give us a nice 38%. We took those profits, and that was pretty much the best ideal time to do that. And we also made some nice coin off SPX earlier today because we gave that basically predetermined call out to buy SPX at 1.3, and then when the dump happened in Powell, those managed to fill here as well. Okay, now besides all of that, so far here is our tracker. So me being your mentor, I share this with my room always because I want to ensure that I'm accountable for all my trades that I provide. So pretty much we've been seeing a lot of green trades that you see here. They're not massive home runs, but they're definitely ones that are working here. Okay, so we basically are trading towards the market dynamics. You have to trade in this market no matter what. Okay, so even considering the fact, this is how much profit we have, including the ones that we have not, including the trades that we have not yet sold. So very important to go over that. Now, besides all of that here, stocks that were really, really ripping today. So we got equities on CGC, based on Germany legalization. This stock's moving very strong here. And Broadcom and all these stocks that we are seeing, you can pretty much see that they're always bouncing off our inflection point and going higher. So this was the beginning of the week. It hit our level 2 bullish. Now going back to that, trend is always confirmed. It hit the level 1 bearish inflection point and boom, bounce off on this again. So these levels are given to my team prior to the beginning of the week. So it's time stamped and all that. And I'll be happy to give these levels because they always have a meaning to it. Besides all of that, other things you can look at, like, ASML tried to break my SMA weekly high, dropped, but because it pretty much hit the highs, it's trending back up again. LRCX, very similar situation, hit my level 2 and bounced off level 1 bearish, now back up again. Okay. I tried to get these calls, but it was very hard to, so we didn't get a lot of that, but you can pretty much see SMCI also bounce off this as well too. Okay. So a lot of these inflection points are hitting off the spot because they align with our option premium model. So that's going to be very important here. Now, when it comes to the SPX, we are bullish here, okay? So reason being, because I called out that the estimated weekly low is at 51.90 on my SPX, right? Once that happened on Monday, market weakness, and pretty much we were off by 4 points. I believe that once SPX gaps through this 50-day moving average, you can see market definitely had a nice rug pull right there, but it looks like it's going to retest that. Anytime you try to retest a key level, it's likely to break up. So I'd imagine that SPX can possibly trade between 52.40 and 52.60. And that also aligns with my gamma ranges that you guys see here. Okay. So based on my gamma report that I have here, now please note this adjusts. So tomorrow morning it may change, but I advised my team on this as well. And if you guys have been looking at our Twitter, we've been spot on what the SPX plays. But pretty much what I see happening is that the probabilities are more better for the call side here, and that pretty much has to do with this overall bell curve here. Okay, SPX, the probabilities that the market is going to be bearish is a lot lower beyond 52.30. So what that means is that once SPX gets above 52.30, pretty much it's in the hands of the bull side, and that's where the market's going to go. Now, the market neutrality zone is between 52.10 and 52.20. So if the market can stay above those levels, look at SPX futures. You can pretty much see that in hindsight moving forward here. Okay. So that is what you see here. Now I want to discuss a little bit about my trading model here. So I got a bunch of premiums that you guys see here. Normally, I tend to really organize it by just looking at the key levels, but I always make sure I align my premiums with the what levels I'm watching here. And this is an option premium chart that also helps us looking at where the ideal prices is. We got the highs and the lows that we're looking at in terms of the option premiums. Okay. Now, based on that, my weekly range, we see how the premiums are looking on the weekly side. So this SPX 5190 put, which is our estimated weekly low, these premiums for Friday's expiration are losing value. Okay, they're decaying. They're pretty much held their low of the day, but you can see that I'm watching this rigorously to see how the decay is happening. And there's not going to be any call premium because that's very far out. But the key thing is now because the Bears had the great start to the week. We are now starting to see the premium stop. Pretty much these premiums hit the 30 mark and now start to diminish and move lower. Okay, so pretty much what I see happening tomorrow is I believe SPX can probably open green pre-market, and we could probably see SPX trade between 52.30 and 52.20. But it's important to note that I said something that yesterday that the market was bullish, but we had the Taiwan news and all of that. I wasn't really implicated because I didn't have a lot of calls, but I have a couple of call positions now, and we're going to see how those open up into tomorrow morning. Okay. So besides all that, I hope you guys enjoyed this little explanation. Be sure to watch all our content. There's a lot of educational secrets I'm going to be sharing with you guys. And check out our analyst channel. We are giving the 50% first discount for the first payment, so you can check it out. But my mentorship channel is all about accountability, right? I want to make sure that you are having a profitable journey. This isn't just any sort of mindless alert service. Everyone has the opportunity to book a session with me, and that these sessions are all about coaching to make sure that you're doing things right. I never say that your process is wrong, but I also try to uncover any weaknesses and strengths to pretty much coach you so that way you can have more of a profitable trading journey. And we spend a lot of time doing this with all of our people. It takes a lot of my time, but at the end of the day, my goal is to make sure I have elite traders that are highly profitable and moving forward. So that's all I got for you guys right now. I hope you guys enjoy the call. See you guys in the next market recap. We'll see you guys in all our social media content. Thanks for tuning in. And like always,